welcome to Evolve GT TV. This is one of our coaches, Arron Abdullah. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. So I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got interested in motorcycles, and how long you've been riding, you know, and just kind of take us through the transition of you going from the street to the track to being one of our coaches.
Okay, so basically my experience with bikes is relatively new, and back in 2006, after I retired from the Marine Corps, spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted to do. It was a lifelong dream of mine to own a motorcycle, so I bought a brand new 2006 Katana 750, which was my first bike. Yeah, you liked it. So spent a couple of years riding on the streets, got involved with some friends that were actually riding on track days. Went out with him a couple of times, kind of took me under his wing. It was within the second year of my time on the track that I met Gabe, and we hit it off and started palling around, starting to grow and develop.
Yeah, I think the first time that we rode together was at VIR South, and I was in front of you the whole day, right?
Yeah, that's one version of the story. Yeah, as soon as we put it out. But we both had an affinity for the sport, and so we kind of started this journey together. Gabe had a lot more experience on the street and riding longer than I did, but he took me in. We started learning and growing together. Moving from the street to the track was probably the best thing that could happen for me. I was in group rides on the street, saw a lot of people go down, a lot of dangerous types of activities, but being on the track is what allowed us to start to get these fundamentals. And for me, I wasn't a gifted rider. I was okay. Some people are naturally gifted, but I focused more on learning the fundamentals and slowly progressing. So
you've had a couple different bikes on the track, haven't you?
I had a couple of different bikes on the track. I had the first one I had was a SV1000S, so kind of cut my teeth learning how to ride on that and figuring out what to do with the controls and learning what a real bike was. And then I graduated. Somebody talked me out of the Suzukis and into the Kawasaki's, and it was all downhill ever since then.
Green is fast.
Green, I've been told. So spent some time learning, and again, the coaching staffs that we had been a part of, it was good to be able to get into an environment where it allowed us to progress at our pace and learn, and it's just been a continual evolution since then.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions on the track is that you need like a 1000 in order to do anything good. You've ridden both. The SV1000, we tuned it. It was pretty powerful, pretty torquey. And then for all intents and purposes, you kind of downgraded and went to a 600.
Absolutely.
Why would you do that?
So again, just like everybody else, most guys start on the street, they think they need a leader bike, they think they need that power in order to go fast. It's just the opposite. Most leader bikes, not most, all leader bikes are too much bike for anybody really to control and handle and learn from a fundamental standpoint. And truth be told, I would never ever been able to ride that bike to its capacity without proper training. So going back down to a 600, even the bike I got now, the one that you tuned, it's Gabe tuned. I'm still not riding that bike to its capacity, but learning the fundamentals is helping me to push not only my personal limits, but the limits of the bike. And eventually, you know, there might be a leader bike in the plans, but for now, that 600 is the perfect training bike, learning bike, and growing. And if you can't use your bike to its capacity, I mean, everything else is wasted.
So, what were some of the things that, if you can remember, that were intimidating for you getting on the track? Think of you know, your first couple track days and stuff that you know, you want to tell everybody at home not to really have to worry about.
The very first thing, man, just experience alone, even our first couple of days together, is it's intimidating. It's a little nerve-wracking because you're getting on a track, you think you're capable, you really have no idea. So you're seeing people that have been around, you can tell by the equipment and everything else. So it's a little bit intimidating. But getting in and actually going through the basics and really learning how to do what you need to do is what helps you to put you at ease. So it's nerve-wracking at first, but once you get in and the instructors are working with you, you kind of get into your element.
So, I guess you ride at your own pace, correct? I mean, there's nobody pushing you along, you push yourself.
That's correct. So everything that we do is at your own pace. It's at the rider's comfort level to make sure they feel safe behind the controls, and that's what it's really all about. There's always going to be somebody that's faster, no doubt. And even among our coaching staff, there are fast coaches and there are faster coaches. But the real thing is, each student should be able to take their learning and progression at their own pace. There's no rush on the track.
And how many track days do you think that it takes to become an all-star rider? Do you think it's I've been on this track and now I've got it, or how much repetition would you say is involved in actually learning your craft?
We've been riding on the track for what, together, 7 years now? 6 years?
Yep.
Okay, I'll let you know when we get there.
Very good. All right, so just for the people at home, this was for interview with Arron Abdullah, one of your coaches, Abs, and we just wanted to give you guys a shout out and let you know some of the personalities that are behind the vest. Thank you.
Hey, Gabe, looking forward to learning and growing with you.